Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today what we're working on is taking apart the front and rear suspension for the 39 Ford Forgotten Hot Rod project. The last video you saw where we got the frame all painted and dolled up and everything looks great. Now we need to get the suspension and all of that stuff looking good. So we're going to start by breaking down the front suspension, then move to the rear and get everything that we need taken off that we're going to be replacing. And then we can basically get ready to start stripping the stuff and give it the same treatment as the frame. Do you want to lift it or do we want to use the hoist? We can try to lift it. Probably want to put yours up first. Really cool. Oh, your finger? Tell me! Like, what the f? Alright. Oh, yeah. Let's move this thing. Alright. All right, so we got the front and rear axle all apart, and now we're gonna see what's up with the transmission. As you guys may remember from the disassembly video, the trans mount tabs are broken. That side's broken around the bolt. That side is broken clean off right here. It was broken a long time ago, which scares me. So we were just joking. Maybe the car was built, put on the road, and the first time he drove it, went to do a burnout, it broke the trans or broke the trans mount, and he parked it and they never drove it again. But we definitely want to take the shifter top off here and take a look inside and see how bad the trans is. Oftentimes these early Ford transmissions are a weak link and the gears are all broken inside. So obviously we don't want to put it back together with a broken trans. So we're going to open it up and see what kind of shape it's in, fingers crossed.
So the 39s had synchros.
Yep.
Except for obviously first, right?
Yeah. Okay. Only year.
Only year?
Yep. Only year with a top shift and synchronized. That you had, obviously other than first, was synchronized. So that's why they're so desirable.
Right.
And normally you can tell by these two detents. There's these two flathead screws where the detents are. And 39 only has two. All the other ones only have.
Oh, okay.
Only have like this left one, and it's blank here. So that's how you can tell straight away it might be a 39. But like I said, there's a late 38 had this, but then when you take the shifter top off, it's got a different size fork in it, and it doesn't have the synchros. But if you're at a swap meet, that's the quick way to like tell. Like if it has these two screws, it's like, ooh, that might be a 39.
So 39. So what's on a 40 then?
That's when they went to column shift.
Ah.
So it's synchronized, but you don't have the floor shift anymore. So it has like it still has good gears in it, but you're building a hot rod with floor shift. So this is the only year that's floor shift and synchronized. So that's why they're so desirable. This is why I carry a stubby ratchet with a deep half-inch and a ratchet in my swap meet bag.
Really?
Because when you go to a swap meet and you see a 39 trans, it's like you want to pull the top to see if it's broken before you agree to buy it. Alright. It's got gear oil in it.
Yeah.
So, is there a tape measure in that drawer? I can already tell it is a 39, but I'll show you the... so 39, this is 3 inches between here and here.
Okay.
So that's another way to tell. Where a 38 or earlier is like 2 15/16 or 13/16. So in between here, it needs to be 3 inches, which it is exactly. Actually, the gears look really good on this thing.
Yeah, even first it's all screwed up.
Little couple.
Scratchy.
Yeah, but that's normal. I mean, that's normal. I'd almost say they come standard with those chips. Yeah, it should be the same mount because it was in a 39. So, especially with this trans being broken, it's like, I'm just gonna probably keep it for mock-up in other cars.
Yeah.
Stinks. Oh yeah, look. Whammo.
Ooh, yep.
Whammo, whammo. Somebody grenaded that thing. Ooh.
That's the money maker there.
Yeah, she's broken. Damn.
Wow, you just got loose. Okay.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work. 9/16.
So that guy should slide right off now. Yep. Just pull that off all the way. And then a lot of times they're wired in there. If it's never been taken apart, there's a wire, safety wire running through all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Best part is I probably have one of these already cleaned somewhere. It's still, holy shit, that stinks. Wow. It gets worse the more you, like...
The more you dig.
Yeah, like I don't know, whatever's trapped underneath this like fresh shit. Man, you got greasy. Good time to run out of rubber gloves. Probably had some in my pickup truck. There we go. And that was broken a long time. That wasn't like a broke it pulling the engine out. All right, so over a handful of nights this past week, we got all the parts pulled apart for the 39 Forgotten Hot Rod project, and we basically have everything we're going to keep sitting here. So kind of to recap, we're keeping the front spindles, drums, brakes, all that stuff. We're just going to go through and replace anything in the brakes that needs to be changed, like the wheel cylinders, obviously. We'll check out the shoes and the drums, make sure there's no extensive wear in them that they need to be replaced, but otherwise we'll clean them up, put them back together. Wishbone is good. We're going to keep all that together. I haven't decided if we're going to split the bones yet. I'm hoping we don't have to, but we won't know until we get the thing sat down. Front axle we are not using, but we have it sitting there. I pulled a old drop axle I have out of my collection off the wall, and we just basically spent some time measuring the wishbone perch distance and also the kingpin, the overall length, and checking the drop to find an axle that works. This one right here is about the same length as an original, but it has like a, I think a 3-inch drop on it or a 2.5-inch drop on it. So that'll be perfect. Transmission, and we pulled off the rear tail shaft or rear tail section that has the trans mount on it. We got one of those off the parts card trans. We're going to go through this whole rear and clean it all up. Same thing as the front brakes. Take it apart, inspect it, make sure everything is good and in spec. Replace the wheel cylinders, and we're going to basically leave as much of this stuff kind of together as we can that doesn't need to be taken apart, like the rear wishbones. They don't need to be taken apart, and with this project we're trying to keep it low budget and just clean everything up, make sure everything's good, inspect it, and put it back together. So what we're waiting on for parts is Old Yankee Speed is helping us out with some parts. If you guys aren't familiar with them, you can look them up on Instagram, you can Google and look them up. Millworks Hot Rods is carrying all of their line of products, but what they're working on is some reversed eye main leafs for 3940 Fords for front and rear. So they're going to be sending us some of those. They also have a really kick-ass version of the old Hurst Y-block engine bracket to mount in a 3940 Ford. So they're going to be sending us one of those, and also some other braking stuff to help us upgrade the brakes on the 39. So once we get those front leaf springs and we get everything painted, we can basically make the frame a roller again, which will be really, really exciting. And it'll be a nice relief for me, because right now I got like 7 cars blown apart across the whole property and it looks a little crazy. So next time we're going to work on getting all this stuff cleaned up, get it painted so that it matches the frame, and then we're ready to go with putting all the new parts together. So it's going to be awesome, and it's moving really quickly. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we do videos on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Definitely subscribe if you haven't, and share it with a friend. Thanks guys. Catch you later.